Hi there, welcome to this podcast, Curious Intern. If this is your first time listening, because it's a new month and maybe you just decided to start listening in October, you're welcome. I advise you to go listen to the other podcast. It's fun. Anyway, thank God for the end of September, the end of 9 months of this year, and we're now in the last 3 months of the year 2022. October. Before I start even planning what October will bring, I want to just do a self-reflection of September. I want us to do a self-reflection of September. So you do it for yourself and I'll do it for myself. Sit down and listen. Just chill. And write if you need to. So there is me. I finally took the courage to start my podcast and start sharing on my birthday. So I was 24 in September. And as much as it was an exciting thing, it was also stressful. When you're starting something new and it's not something you've done before, it's not something you've seen a lot of examples, there are a lot of struggles that come with it mentally for me. I remember I gave I talked about mental health. I remember I talked about emotional health. And funny how, because I'm talking about them, I was now kind of going through them. It was a self-reflection that mentally I was seeing myself. After the mental health discussion, I'm not joking, I actually started feeling some mental laziness. I started getting tired. I'm doing something, podcast, which means I have to do some research on what I want to talk about, get comfortable with what I want to talk about. It's not as easy as people just see that, somebody's just coming up to talk about something. Most times we podcasters have to think about what we're going to share. What is the best way we can put it out there? So that was my work for something that I don't normally do. I like to talk. I like to share stuff and I like to converse with people. So that was something I had to keep reminding myself, the why of why I was doing what I was doing. So that was my big why. Reaching out to people in the best way you can, letting them just know that somebody out there is feeling the same thing they're feeling, or is going through something they're feeling. Okay. So that was one thing I realized in the month of September. Another thing was I finally got to Lagos. I'm applying for internship here in the West, Lagos in particular. So I moved down here. So a change of environment. I've never been this long without my family in Lagos. So it was another switch on things. I had to adapt to stuff, the weather, the people, the running around, the walking, everything. So that was another thing for me in September. And another thing in September was I crazily missed my guy. And it was maybe because it was just the knowledge that I'm in Lagos, he's over there, way very far. So I crazily missed him. My mom was with me, or she's still with me, so I didn't miss her. I missed my siblings. I missed family. So it just showed family was really important for me. I missed friends because there's this bad network that I just have here. Maybe it's the switch. Even my phone is still trying to adjust to the switch in the bad network. So that was another thing. I was just really going through social block. I couldn't do anything social comfortably. But one thing that remained constant was my growing need to know more about God. September is out now, so October, November, December. The year is finally closing. And I kind of go back to what I wrote. Now when you enter a new year, people are what they are going to do. What's the resolutions, So I didn't really write resolutions because I wanted to do things month by month. But I wrote down some things and I went back to them and I saw that I've not really finished them all. So I took it upon myself to read books again, to pick it up back. I'm doing this chapter by chapter thing and I want to see what I can do. So far, I'm reading The God Chasers. I'm reading Rich Dad Poor Dad. I'm reading another book. The book is Purer Than Diamond. Anyway, I've not finished reading Purer Than Diamond. I've not finished any of them. But I would recommend God Chasers. For anybody who has been, down, you feel what you're getting from church is not enough. You feel the whole religious thing is not for you. You want to go beyond that. Read that book. The first few words I read already got me in tears. Like, I knew that this was a book, so maybe I would share it someday. My whole evolution from my whole change from it. So apart from that, in September, I'm being specific about September. Should I go further? Okay, I did my induction in August. There's nothing really much. So September again was another like moment for me to reflect on myself. My birthday was coming up, and then I started to think about how I'm getting older. I'm going to start working. So I had to start making plans for saving, investments, and stuff. I'm not really an internet person, which means I don't really like to browse stuff. I'm fine. I like to hear from people. I like to talk to people and ask questions, and then they tell me what they've done. Do you get? That's how I do my research. But this time around, I had to like browse and see. Even though because like funds were not much then, do you get? I was already ready to start doing some little things. But this is October. It's already a new month. And I'm looking at it positively that I'll be able to start putting those plans in action. Remember I said we should journal. I said we should write down things we plan mentally. Even if you're not doing that, write them down. So when you go back and read it, you'll be like, oh, at this point I was going through this. I wrote down this and now I'm going to do it. I have been planning my podcast since for a long time, and I just wrote down the things I was going to talk about and all that. But I did. I finally started it, and it was good. So the same thing. Now this October, I'm going to write down what I want to do with this month, what I hope to achieve with this month, and I will come back at the end of October to also discuss with you guys what I did. Should I share it now? Okay, I plan to finish the books, 2 out of 3 at least. I plan to have started my real-time savings. I pray that I finally get a placement, because I do not understand Lagos and their crew. Don't I just say? But you get the whole politic play. It's heartbreaking. The reason why I came to Lagos was because I have family here, like extended family. So accommodation more like, if you're posted to this place, or you find an auntie and uncle in that place, you could live. Port Harcourt was just me, my dad, my mom, and my siblings that lived there. The rest that we knew were like church members that became family. So I couldn't really say yes, I wanted to work there. But now I'm in Lagos, so that's why I supported my mom's decision to come here. If I wanted to be stubborn about it, I could have been, no, mom, I want to go to this, that, and she would agree in the end, even if it's half-heartedly, but she would still agree. But I reasoned it was going to save me money, because I don't want to be paying too much for things that I could have avoided. So that was one of the reasons why I picked here. And that was the reason was I just wanted Lagos is somewhere a lot of these seminars, Christian outings, gatherings will come to. So I just wanted to be closer to it. Like, I will be more aware of it here. So yeah. And apparently this October refreshing video for my church, it's always the first Friday of every quarter, like every 3 months. So this time it's going to be in the headquarters or national cap. I can't even remember. I've not been there. My church is Foursquare Gospel Church. I've not been there ever, but it'll be my first time, and I'm really excited because they are inviting some wonderful musicians, gospel artists, and if I wasn't here, I wouldn't have been able to attend. So that's an exciting thing for me this August. Another thing is, I said it's internship placement. I'm excited for that, to begin my intern journey, and we are going to be doing it together, learning about things. I'm going to be explaining how I'm seeing some things in the hospital and I'm like, why is it this way? So I hope we'll be learning some more medical terminologies from then on. We're going to be talking about our health too. Oh, something else happened to me in September. A friend of mine listened to we just became friends per se. We weren't really friends. We talk once, acquaintances. Okay, let's go with that. And he suggested to me mental therapy after listening to my mental health, and I liked his idea, and we're working on it. We'll see how it's gonna come out. So I'll come here and even advertise it when we finally talked about it. The idea is really beautiful. You know how the youth and everyone, this our Nigeria is just causing a lot of people to be mentally sick. So we that were able to channel it into the right places and we're able to work it out, let's not leave people behind. That's my own overall understanding of the whole thing. So thank you for hearing my deep self-reflection of my month September. I do hope that when it's 1 year, 1 year anniversary of this my podcast, it will be on a bigger scale. At least I'll be able to say, wow, I've come far. You know what it is for when you see progress. I believe in progression towards perfection. Quote and unquote, Pastor Michael Todd. Anyway, did I even use that thing correctly? Probably not. Anyway, so I just want, it's something that will make me really happy, because this is something I know that I'm to do. It's like something, yes, Shionfumi needs to have lived a life where she did a podcast, because it has been on my mind for a long time. So it'd be so nice if at the end of 1 year I see that I've talked, a lot of more than 100 people have listened to my podcast. That would be awesome. I don't know, the work I'm gonna put in is there, and I'm going to expand my circle, and that will help me to get to know other people. Anyway, enough about me. So how was your month like? How was your September? So you would reply that in the Q&A section, or send to my email, shionfantastic@gmail.com. And on the next episode, I'm going to just talk about as many replies I got, and then we would, support ourselves and just give encouraging words to each other. So thank you for listening. Till next time, God loves you. Bye. Oh yeah, like, follow, share. Somebody else needs to hear this, and somebody else needs to submit their own podcasts. Somebody else needs to submit their own how was my September like. Bye.